tell you guys about my labor and delivery. We're about to go for a walk, and maybe he'll fall asleep. So, yeah, I'm going to come in and tell you guys my side of the story, and then Sheena's going to swoop in and tell y'all her side of the story, which is going to be completely different, because I'm the one in pain and screaming and pushing, and but yeah, y'all will hear how that went for me. But yeah, I'm about to go for this walk, and I'm gonna tell y'all the deets about what happened. It started maybe like 2 days before he actually came, so I didn't even know I was in labor, but we'll get into that in a few moments. But I'm about to go for a walk, so come along for the ride. That was weird. I just put my camera up to vlog, and somebody stopped their car and looked at me like I was crazy. Okay, if I want to vlog, I want to vlog. I better get used to it. But anyways, welcome to my channel, Juju and Baby. I'm here to talk about my labor and delivery story. It's going to be exciting. We have Sheena coming in. But anyways, let me tell you my side of the story. Okay, Marcel was born January 16th, 2014. He's only a 2-month-old, only for about 2 weeks though, but yeah, I got the stroller in my hand, so if I'm swerving, it's because I have the stroller. But yeah, my labor pretty much started, like early labor pretty much started on the 14th, and yeah, it started on the 14th around 9:13 a.m. and I just started cramping like I was on my period. I was like, Well, actually on the 12th, I went for a walk because I became 38 weeks, and I was like, okay, let me start walking every other day and start doing exercises and stuff like that. My body was like, nope, if you're trying to exercise, you're coming out. So on the 14th, I started cramping. Like I was on my period. It was bad. And then, yeah, I started cramping, and, hold on one second, y'all, my bad. But, yeah, I started cramping, and they were irregular. They were about 11 and 6 minutes apart. And I kept listening to people, oh, they gotta be regular, or it's not labor, it's just false labor. I was like, oh, so I'm going through false labor. And then, yeah, and they were like that until late that afternoon, and I called the women's center, and the lady on the phone was like, ma'am, you're not going into labor, it's just early, labor pains, it's called Braxton Hicks contractions. I'm like, nope, I went through Braxton Hicks contractions already. These are not Braxton Hicks contractions at all. I know it's not, because it's so painful. And I called Sheena, and Sheena already knew I was going to labor. She was like, you going to labor, girl. Because when I was at her house, I spent the night. While her husband was out of town, I spent the night, and my mucus plug came out. Most of it came out. While we were laying down in bed, I was in pain too. And she was like, it's going to happen any day now. And I'm like, it needs to. But yeah, let her tell you that part of the story. But yeah, everybody kept saying it's not labor, it's irregular, so it's just Braxton Hicks. I have nothing to worry about, blah, 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 it'll go away. It was not going away. It was every 11 to 6 minutes. I was like, ugh. And, what else happened? Hold up. I got my little nerd purred. So yeah, I went to sleep that day around 11, because everybody kept telling me, just go to sleep and it'll go away. It's just Braxton Hicks. You'll be alright. And so, yeah, I did that. I went to sleep. And I woke up the next day. It's still 10 to 6 minutes apart, 11 to 6 minutes apart, about. And around 3:10 p.m. in the afternoon, I went to use the restroom. And TMI, warning, TMI, warning. My mucus plug came out. It was nasty. It wasn't even at Sheena's house. It was just a quarter size. It was disgusting. And that day, it was a lot. It was like a string. TMI. And it was brown. And it looked like, oh, it looks money, not true. all up in my panties. It was so nasty. So after that, TMI, I got diarrhea, and that's a sign of early labor too. That's a sign because your body's trying to clean everything out, and so yeah, I got diarrhea. I googled that, and that's a sign of early labor. I was like, this is not no Braxton Hicks contractions. My baby's coming. I ain't gonna care about what anybody's saying. So who did I call? I forgot who I called. I think it was Sheena. Was it you, Sheena? Well, you'll tell them. I went to the hospital. I don't remember who I was with, though. I went to the hospital so many times while I was pregnant, maybe 4 or 5 times, because I was so nervous. You know, it's my first baby, and I'm so young, and I was so nervous. And so I called, and they were like, yeah, I'll take you. And so I went, and I went to the hospital, and of course when you go to the hospital, you feel like 100% better. So they're looking at me like, ma'am, this is called early labor. You're not going to active labor right now, ma'am. Come back when you're 5 minutes apart. And I'm like, really? I gotta come back. And so they did all these tests and examinations. She checked my cervix, and she said I was still only 1 to 2 centimeters apart. And I was like, are you kidding me? 1 to 2 centimeters apart? That's what I was, 2-3 weeks ago at my last appointment. So you're telling me I didn't open up anymore? She's like, no, it takes time. It could take weeks. It could take up to the day that you give birth for your, I'm sweating, for your, for you to dilate even more. And so I was I was not fully effaced. I was 50% effaced at that point. So I was pretty thinned out. So he could have slipped out real quick. But, got a little bug all up in my hand. But yeah, I was nervous. And, yeah. I went home, and the next day my sister came over with her kids, my nieces. You saw them in my last video. And we walked around some more, because she was like, yeah, girl, you going into labor. Don't listen to them. You going into labor. And so I walked, and she's like, he's coming tonight. He need to come before I go to work at 9. I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. But, my arm getting tired. Let me switch real quick. But yeah, she's like, he's coming. Don't listen to these people. He is coming. He is coming. And so, yeah, I walked that whole day, and nothing happened. And I was just sick of it. I was just sick and tired. And I was like, whatever. I'm going to just take the pain. And so they left. And that night, I was so depressed. I was like, I'm in so much pain, and this is not labor. What am I gonna go through when I am in labor? That's when I let people brainwash me, thinking that it was just Braxton Hicks, but it really was labor. And so, I called the people again. I was like, people, are you serious? The women's center. They're like, if they become irregular and up to 60 seconds long, and 5 to 3 minutes apart, then you're going into labor. And so I told Sheena that, and she said, yeah, when you're 5 minutes apart, you better call me, girl, and I'll take you straight to the hospital. You better call me, blah blah blah. And she was serious. She was about to cut me up if I didn't call her when I was 5 minutes apart. And so then I became about 7 to 4 minutes apart. But I was like, oh, it's not regular. It's not really labor. I gotta wait till it's regular. But yeah, I was pretty close together, and my mom came home that night from work around 11, and she was like, oh my God, what's wrong with you? I was all slumped over on my bed. I was like, I hate everything. I was just so mad and angry, and I was just in pain. I was just like, I have to go through this for how long? Like, when is this gonna be over? When is this Braxton Hicks gonna be over? And I was like, when is this going to be over? And she was like, let me take you to the hospital. I was like, no, It's not regular. Don't take me to the hospital. It's not regular. And she looked at me like, oh, okay. And she went straight to sleep. Like, okay, that's you. And yeah, I was distraught. And so around 1, I was finally like, you know what? I'm going to the hospital. I was really worried about them looking at me like I was crazy again and saying, ma'am, go home. Like they did before. Ma'am, go home. Just wait till they're regular. I seriously thought they were going to say that again. And so I woke up my mom and I was like, Mom, I need to go to the hospital. And I was crying. And then she was like, okay. And she got up and got ready, took her precious behind time. And I was like, Mom, speed it up. I'm in a lot of pain right now. And I just had on what I had on and I left. I tied my hair up real quick and I just left. Like I didn't care what I looked like. I know some people, like Kim Kardashian, they want to get all dressed up, hire people to put makeup on them before they go into labor. Like, really? No, not me. So I went as I was and I put on my Ugg boots. I was looking a hot mess. And I had my pajamas on, put on my Ugg boots, and I left because it was cold still. And we left, and I got to the hospital, and they were like, they're 3. They're like, what's your name, Jenna Mesidou? Oh, weren't you here yesterday? And I was like, yeah, but they said come back when they're 3 minutes apart, and they're like 6 to 3 minutes apart. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess we can, put you in and see what's going on and check his heartbeat and see what's going on and make sure it's real labor. Alrighty? Don't you hate when they talk to you like that? Alrighty, man. Yeah. Like they're forcing themselves to be nice. Like I'm bothering them. Okay, whatever. But anyways, there's a crew coming. Are you gonna hurry up now? Thanks. But yeah. So they put me in, they got me all situated, and they were like, we're gonna see if this is real labor this time. And they're trying to talk to me, and I'm going through contractions, and they're sitting there, ma'am, and I'm like, hold on, let it pass, let the pain pass. I am sweating, y'all. That is disgusting. Excuse me. But yeah, I was like, just let the pain pass, leave me alone. And so when they got me checked and everything, and the doctor came in to check my cervix, she was like, oh, you're 8 to 9 centimeters. And I was like, what? 8 to 9 centimeters? Let's get this party started. And they were like, oh, you're going to be ready to push within maybe a few hours. And I was like, yes. I'm so excited. She was like, well, this is going to be his birthday. I was like, really? I'm going to meet my baby? And that's when I got all emotional. I was like, this is it. 9 months of wondering who this person inside of me is. 9 months of pain and eating and sleeping and just being so uncomfortable. I'm finally going to get to meet my little man, my little NJ, my little baby boy. I had so many mixed emotions at that point. I was nervous, I was excited, I was in pain. I was just like, oh, this is it. This is the moment I've been waiting for. I get to meet you. So yeah, they got me all situated, and Sheena's all excited and clapping, and yay, we get to do it! Sheena's in the corner all excited. My mom's there. My sister was already at work at the hospital, so she came, popped her head in, and every once in a while she popped her head in, and I'm so thankful for all my family who was there for me. And then Dominique, my niece, who is 16, she was there. Well, she almost missed it because she wouldn't answer her phone. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Dominique. You wouldn't answer your phone, and then you got mad at me. But she didn't miss it. She came in time. Sheena went to go get her because, my sister couldn't leave to go get her. She was at work. But Sheena went to go get her. And it was nice. They were there for me, and, they fed me. They spoon fed me, literally. They did. I was drugged out. I got my epidural. I was like, I couldn't move. I couldn't feel nothing below my waist. I was just like, no, I don't feel like doing nothing, but I was so thirsty. I was super thirsty. Is that a part of it? Is that maybe a side effect of the epidural? Oh my God, it's hot. Woo! But yeah, it was crazy. And then around maybe 8:30, 8:15, the doctor came in. They set up everything, and they were like, "It's time to push. It's time to push. It's time to get this started." And then Shannon, I forgot to mention about Shannon. That was my nurse. She was the sweetest thing ever. Oh, I'm never going to forget her. Shannon. She was, or Sharon. I always get them. I called her Sharon so many times. It's Shannon. It's Sharon. I'm so embarrassed. But anyways, I'm so thankful for her. You know, it's always the nurses that make the experience either good or bad. Because if you have a nurse that is just... Oh, I have 1 minute left. If you just have a nurse that's just so rude and nasty, your experience is not going to be too good. But let me try to wrap this up a little bit. Yeah, I pushed for only about 45 minutes, and yeah, I only pushed for about 45 minutes, and he came out, and I was so, I don't know, it's just an amazing feeling, like, you instantly love that person, like, to death. Like, it was amazing. And they put him on my stomach, but he was all purple and pale looking, and that's another story. Let's just end it right there. Let's just say I thought I almost lost him on my day.